Hi, this is Teacher Josh, and welcome again to ABKD Classroom. I am happy and excited to teach you this lesson about has, have, and had. Actually, this topic is very simple. However, for some, they find it very confusing. For example, tama ba pag I have, you had, you has, she have, so if you feel it the same way, you are in the right video. So are you ready to learn has, have, and had in constructing a sentence? If yes, then let's go. Okay, welcome back. Again, our topic is about has, have, and had. So the question here is, kailan ba natin magagamit si has, have, and had ng tama in constructing or in making a good sentence? Honestly, we cannot disregard this topic because when we are constructing sentences, kasama lagi ito si has, have, and had. That's why for the benefit of everyone, I'm going to share to you a very simple idea kung kailan ba at paano natin siya magagamit. So first things first, let's try to understand its concept. Kailan ba natin ito ginagamit? We are going to use this when we want to show possession. Okay? And another thing that we need to consider is its category. Meron tayong tinatawag na transitive verb and auxiliary verb. Ano naman yung kinalaman niyan sa has, have, and had? If you are very particular or if you don't have any idea about this, itong tatlo na to ay ginagamit din for perfect tenses. Okay? So, I know, maybe nahihirapan din kayo sa paggamit nito sa perfect tenses. Maybe I'm going to make another video for that. Pero magpo-focus lang tayo sa has, have, and had as a transitive verb. So, let's try to differentiate a transitive verb and an auxiliary verb. Ano ba yung pinagkaiba nila? When you say an auxiliary verb, it assists or helps the main verb. For example, she has eaten the bread. Okay? Kung ma-observe nyo, meron tayong dalawang verbs dito, yung has, pati si eaten. Okay? However, si has, yung tinatawag nating auxiliary. Kasi siya yung helping verb. Siya yung nag-a-assist dun sa main verb natin na eaten. And actually, that format is in the perfect tense na. Kaya, we're not going to focus our mind regarding that. Magpo-focus muna tayo sa pinaka-basic, and that is transitive verb. So when you say transitive verb, it is a verb that needs a direct object. For example, she has a beautiful dress. If we're going to observe our sentence, wala siyang main verb. Okay? Pero yung has na gamit natin is a transitive verb. When you say a transitive verb, it needs an object. So typically, when you construct a sentence using has, have, or had, meron tayong direct object na hinahanap. Okay? So I hope na naunawaan po natin ang difference ng auxiliary to transitive before we continue. Okay? So, let's first discuss has. Kailan ba natin ginagamit si has? Actually, madali lang po talaga ito. There are two questions that we need to ask. How many subjects? Ilan ba yung subject natin sa sentence? And what is the time? Or ano yung time ng sentence? Is it in the past ba? Or is it in the present? So for has, ilan ang subject natin? Isa lang. We are talking about singularity. And pagdating naman sa time, we are talking about the present situation. Remember, you're going to use has if your subject is one or singular and if the tense is in present. So, ano-ano yung mga pwede natin gamitin na words or subject for has? So, example, we have she, he, it, or any subject na singular. Pwedeng name mo, name ko, anything, bagay na pwede natin gamitin when constructing a sentence. Let's have an example. She has a dog. And John has a lot of homework. Okay, so let's try to understand the sentence first. Ito bang sentence natin ay nag-express ng present situation? And the answer is yes. Okay? So, Paano natin nasabing nasa present? Kasi gumamit tayo ng has. So how can we be very sure that our has in the sentence is correct? So let's try to look at its subject. Okay, so our subjects, we have she and John, right? So let's try to ask the question, ilan ang subject at anong oras? So she is a singular subject and it is in the present form. Meaning to say, kaya tayo gumamit ng has. Okay? So, next is the word John. Same din, ilan ang subject natin? Si John, isa lang naman yan, right? At ano yung tense natin kanina? Of course, present. That's why we use has. Okay, so nakukuha po, remember that you're going to use has if your subject is singular and if your tense or if the time that you have in the sentence is in the present. Okay, next, let's have the word have. Kailan natin ginagamit to? Let's ask the same questions again. Ilan si subject at ano yung oras ng sentence? Okay, for example, sa subject natin, we have many or we are talking about plurality. Pagdating naman sa time, it is in present. So, ibig sabihin, si has sa singular, si have naman kay plural. So, what are the example of words that we can use? So, we have the word they, we have the word we have I and you, or any word na pwede nating gamitin as long as na plural yung subject or plural siya. So let's have an example. They have many cupcakes and we have a meeting. So as you observe in our sentences that we used the transitive verb have. Okay? So our subjects are they and we. Same question again. Ilan si subject? Ilan si they? Many. Okay? So we are talking about plurality and the tense is in the present. So si we, ilan ba si we? Marami din. That's why we use have in the sentence. On the other hand, paano naman tong si I, pati si you? Okay? So si I and si you, kung mapapansin nyo, hindi naman siya plural. Okay? Siya ay singular kasi pag sinabing I, isa lang naman siya, right? Pag sinabing you, isa lang din naman siya. Pero, ang ginamit natin ay have. The reason behind why we have that kind of sentence because etong dalawa na to ay exempted. Okay? So automatically, when you use I and you in your sentence, you need to use have. So mali po yung I has, mali po yung you has. It must be I have or you have. Okay? Next, let's have the word had. Let's ask the same question. How many subjects and what is the time of our sentence? So sa had, either one or many, it's okay. Either singular or plural, walang problema. So ano yung time natin? Of course, it is in the past. Okay? So what are the words that we're going to use or what are the words that we can use? We can actually use all subjects in the past. Okay? So for example, we had a fantastic weekend and she had a bad cold last week. So as you observe again, we used had in our sentences. Let's talk about our subject. Uh, what is our subject in the sentence that we have? Or what are our subjects in the two sentences that we have? So we have we and we have she, right? So what is the tense? It is in the past. We, marami. So it is plural. Okay? That's why we use had. Pag she naman, of course, she is singular. Pero nasa past siya, kaya ang ginamit natin ay si had. Okay? So, I hope meron kayo natutunan. Remember, we use has and have if we are talking about an action in the present. Si has pag singular, si have pag plural, and si had kahit ilan ang subject as long as the action is already done, okay lang. Okay, as you observe in our sentences that we have, meron tayong time expressions dyan. Sa second one, she had a bad cold last week. Kaya ginamit natin ay had. So if you want to say something that happened in the past already, so say had lang. Okay? So, before you go, let's have a simple practice. Okay, let's practice. So, I'll be giving you 5 questions or 5 sentences. Then I want you to give me the right word to be used. Okay, ready? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. We blanked a busy day yesterday. Okay, again, please be very careful sa pag-understand ng sentence. Okay, time's up. What's your answer? Okay, our answer is had. Why? Because we have the time expression yesterday. Kahit ilan si subject, we or I man yan, o she or he, basta sa past, it must be had. Okay, second, Philippines blank a very interesting culture. I'll give you 5 seconds again. Okay, so the answer for the sentence is has. Okay, why? We're talking about an action in the past. Okay, and our subject is one, Philippines. That's why we use has. Okay, third, they blank a lot of tasks to finish. Okay, they have the answer already. Okay, so the answer is have. Okay, why? Because the sentence is in the present and we have plural subject. That's why we use have. Okay, fourth sentence. Eraserheads blanked many hit records in the 90s. Okay, so what is the answer? Okay, I think you have the answer already, and the answer is had. Why had? Okay, because of the time expression 90s. Okay, automatically the sentence is talking about a past situation or event. That's why we use had. And last, you blank a beautiful story to tell. Okay, so they have the answer, and the answer is have. Okay, why have? Because our sentence is in the present and our subject is you. Even though you is only one, but in terms of its exception, as we have discussed earlier, we use the word have. Okay? So I hope you learned something from our uh, discussion. And if you have questions or if you have suggestions or if you want me to discuss a topic na nandito kayo, please comment below and please subscribe so you'll be notified for our next video. So thank you so much for listening and learning with me. And once again, this is Teacher Josh and we are all part of the ABKD classroom. Bye guys.